All right. Whenever you're ready, Shelby, you can
I
kick it
was
off.
just waiting for y'all to, have yourself some fun.
To shut the F up.
Yeah,
Shut the hell up.
Welcome to the fourth podcast. Oh, no. Here, let's start that.
5?
4.
Is it?
No,
Wait,
it's 4.
5?
it is 4. Okay.
I have 4.
Yeah, because the live one was 3.
Was not live.
That was live?
I mean, our in-person podcast.
Not live, though.
Aren't they all in person?
Aren't they all in person?
Welcome to the fourth episode of the Carpe Boredom podcast. Oh, it's going to be a fun one. And this week, there's me, Shelby, and I'm joined by...
Brandon.
Clayton.
And Logan.
Oh, God. We're starting this off debating what number the podcast even is this week and what is
Coming in
live
hot.
versus not live. Sounds about
Coming
right.
in
It's the
live.
third one.
You know,
This is live.
we really should... We shouldn't have these numbering complications on the 4th episode.
I wasn't here for one of them. So
You'd think 4 would be an easy number to keep track of.
Brandon, so if you weren't here for one of them, why would you think it's a 5? Wouldn't you think it was 3?
I don't know.
I
You
feel
really
no.
screwed him
So,
up.
you
so,
shot yourself in the foot.
so here's one thing you could say. There was episode 3 and then the end game spoiler cast.
That was like
That
3
wasn't
plus.
That wasn't a podcast,
This-
but it was an addendum to a podcast.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 HD.
And everybody's a nobody. We're not going into this conversation again.
Every time we do 2 things. Every recording has a Homestar reference. Every podcast has a Kingdom Hearts reference.
Yeah.
Glad we're staying stable and predictable.
Consistent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we're stable. There is no psychiatrist out there that would look at the forest and be like, those are stable people.
Stable.
Super stable.
So what do y'all all had going on in your lives lately?
Nothing. Nothing new.
Nothing much.
Nothing-
My room's just a little different looking.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can't wait to see it when
You
I
have
when I edit
godlight
this.
coming behind you, or is that right, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. There's this giant square in the wall that this fireball outside shines its light upon me.
This orb of radiation.
It's deadly.
Everything's always gas with you.
So there's this giant square glowing. I could disappear into it.
All right, I need to make a note for myself. I need something to prop my foot up on for the next podcast. I have the cat's scratching post over there, and I'm like eyeballing it. But I want to like.
You just want to scratch it?
I have my laptop on my lap so I can look stuff up, but it's like just barely too low to be comfortable. So I don't know.
First world problems.
What I'm saying is that nobody has it quite as hard as I do.
That's
Pretty
true.
much.
But speaking of modifications, I got some plans for my desk.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I'm terrified.
You should be, because I am.
It's getting real now. So last night while editing, I got tired of editing, so I stopped editing.
Wow.
And then I started looking at my desk, and I was like, man, there's a lot of cables on this desk, and I need to like tidy them up. So at my job, they have some of the desks have these little pucks in like recessed into the desk that have a bunch of ports on them for power and USB and HDMI and pass through and like network pass through and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I wonder if you could just buy those. Like, are those modular enough that you could just buy one, drill a hole, drop it in, good to go?
Bada bing,
And sure
bada boom.
enough, I found an in-desk. There's a word for them, and I can't remember what it is. Like I just call it recessed, like USB hubs. So like you get a hole saw. They tell you what size to get. Some of them even come with a kit. But you drill a hole in your desk, drop this thing in, and then run all the cables, and it would allow me to plug in my Stream Deck, my mix amp. It would give me a hole to run my XLR cables through. It would give me another USB port to get closer to my wireless mouse that I use, and it's a hub, so it erases like 3 cables and replaces it with one. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want.
Yes, please.
That's what I'm doing.
That sounds awesome.
It is. I cannot wait. I am legitimately excited about doing this to my desk.
So you nerd out about shit like that, and I nerded about there was a printer on sale at Micro Center yesterday. It was one of those huge like commercial offices brother printers, and I was like, ooh, I wonder how much it is.
Yeah, it was a multifunction. I was like, so I was showing her there was a 43-inch 4K monitor on the floor, literally on the floor.
No, TV. TV.
It didn't say TV. It doesn't have a tuner in it. That's the thing. So like by default, it's a monitor because a TV has to have a tuner, or a way to receive a coax signal or something like that. Like the lines between TV and monitor are becoming increasingly blurred as we don't use coax signal anymore, to where like you just get your TV over the internet and then you broadcast it over HDMI. So like the coax portion of the transfer is becoming smaller and smaller. But yeah, I don't think this had a coax port on it, so it's kind of a monitor, and it didn't have a tuner, so I think that as a monitor, it was just a 43-inch 4K monitor for $500. And I was just like, man, I remember when I bought a 42-inch enormous LCD TV, and it was $1,000, and it was a nightmare to hang on the wall. And now it's just like, it's easy.
Yes, but how many years ago was that for the children in the audience?
That's gonna be
Grandpa?
about 15 years ago by now.
Ooh.
Jesus.
I remember I bought my TV. It was a open box at Best Buy. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I bought it at Best Buy, and it didn't come with a foot. And because they mounted it on the wall and they didn't have the foot anymore.
Right.
So the guy was like, I mean, I'll sell you a wall mount for half price.
Okay.
And it was easy to do, except the studs in my house are too far apart.
Right.
The interior walls of my house, which is like a double wide trailer, the studs on the interior walls, not the exterior walls, because exterior walls, the studs are the perfectly amount
All right.
apart they would need to be. But I ended up going to the hardware store that's really close to my house and telling the guy what my problem was, and he goes, just drill a piece of plywood into the studs and then drill your TV into the plywood.
Got it.
And that's what I did, and it's been perfectly stable.
Yeah, it's basically
And
an adapter.
easy.
Yeah. So yeah, if I had paid more for my desk, I would probably be very like wary of doing stuff like this. But didn't we find this?
Found that by the trash can.
Yeah, somebody was
dumpster
throwing out
dove that shit.
an entire desk, like a whole desk, and I was just like, they got to be moving, and they can't fit it in a thing. And I was just like, it comes apart. It's made out of Allen screws.
Well, think about how much shit you left when you left Jacksonville.
That's true.
You left so much. You left a brand new fucking air mattress that had been used like, I don't know, a month and a half, and I was so pissed.
I
I was
left
so mad.
I left an air mattress. I left a carpet cleaner that I don't know whether it worked or not, but it operated. It made
I'll
noises
never
and
know.
did the things. It did the things that make it look like it's working. And a table, I think, and then a bunch of like storage bins, I think.
You should have like
perfectly fine.
swung. You should have just like swung by my house and dropped that stuff off here, and I would have loaned it for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He literally had no room in his little 4-seater convertible car.
Oh,
That's why
the
he had to
problem.
leave
it was packed to the gills.
And this was whenever he
That's
was
the
getting the
problem.
fuck out of Florida the fastest he could, because that was Hurricane Irma that was about to hit Jacksonville after we had just gotten hit here in Houston with Hurricane Harvey. He got hit here, went home, and then was going to get hit there. And he's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. I'm out, bitches. I'm turning that key in. That way, if this hurricane breaks anything in this apartment, it's y'all's fucking problem, not mine.
I remember you guys even like stashed Clayton's car at my house for a little bit because you have 3 vehicles.
At your house?
Yeah, you stashed one of your cars at my house during like RTX and stuff.
Yeah. What
I
was
thought we left it
that?
at your sister's house, Shelby.
I can't remember.
You definitely kept it in my carport, or like my little overhang carport.
I do remember that a little bit. Yeah,
we were really scared that it was going to rain and you weren't going to be able to get to Logan's house because he lives in the middle of fucking nowhere with a dirt road with a lowered car.
Yeah, we were worried my car was going to get stranded, so we left it at Logan's house, who lives in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by dirt roads where if it does rain, you literally can't get out on a normal ride height car. So
you just got to go slow.
But on a severely lowered car, that is less likely.
Fortunately, during all that, they had just recently graded, so there was no potholes or anything.
You always say that.
That they always recently graded.
I don't know what it means.
They take this big machine with a big blade across the bottom of it, and they just scrape it along the road and fill in the holes.
So here's my thing. If they're doing this so often, why the fuck not just pave the goddamn road?
I don't know. That's a question that I also ask.
You know what, Logan? You should just fucking move. Just move already.
You know what? I will. In 4 years' time, I will move.
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Brandon's going to beat you here at this rate.
Am I?
I already kind of figured that Brandon was going to beat me there.
I've got my fingers crossed that Brandon will beat you here, because if not, I don't think we'll ever get him here.
Going to Canada.
Clock's
There's
ticking.
no Home Depots in Canada. There is.
I
already looked that up.
Boy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I already looked that up. There are.
Good. Moving to Canada.
You just moved, Brandon.
Moving to Canada.
Are there game conferences in Canada?
Actually, it's better for them to be in Canada because it keeps the computers cooler.
Yeah, you can overclock them better because it's snowing
doors
outside.
whenever they start getting hot.
Yeah, you just throw your PC into the front yard. Just watch all the snow melt.
You know what's in Canada?
What's that?
The EVE Online stuff.
Huh?
They do a bunch of cons up there.
Is there really?
Yep.
Do you play EVE Online?
No.
EVE Online.
I don't
That's
know
from
what EVE Online is.
That's from Iceland.
It's a spaceship MMO.
Imagine Elite Dangerous, but
for actual geniuses.
Pretty much.
So the people that succeed playing Kerbal.
It is Elite Dangerous for accountants.
Pretty much.
Because it's all spreadsheets.
I've heard this game you might be interested in.
I've never played it, so
it's for spreadsheets.
I've never played it, so I might be interested in it.
Spreadsheet Battle Royale.
You got to pay for a subscription to play it, though.
But
yeah,
you can pay for your game subscription with in-game money with ISK.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm efficient enough, I don't have to pay anything?
That's absolutely right.
But
that's like
tells
in World of Warcraft. You could do that as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, if you have enough gold, you could buy 30 days game time.
I didn't know that.
I don't think it was always like that, but there was one of the updates. They were like, "Hey, gold is now an accepted currency for your monthly dues."
Mm-hmm.
So what I need to do is go to one of those illegal gold purchasing websites, buy enough gold to pay for my World of Warcraft subscription.
Right.
Yep.
Pretty much. There you go.
Dude, I'm a genius.
You're a genie, yes.
Speaking of games, E3 happened.
Right, that's what I was trying to go there with the convention.
Logan's about ready to shit his pants. He's so excited. He's been waiting to talk about.
I want to
E3.
talk specifically about Nintendo stuff, so let's get all the other stuff out of the way.
Go for it, Logan.
Out.
Go for it, because I specifically watched the Nintendo one right before. That way, I remembered everything current because I knew you were gonna have shit to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on Twitter,
Damon X Machina. Let's talk about it.
I should have Damon S. Maxima.
That was not even close to what he said.
I didn't hear what he said.
It's a Switch game that's going. Go ahead.
I posted on Twitter. Hold on, I got to get back to it. My Wi-Fi's not on.
Oh, here we go.
Move.
Start the clock.
Ooh. What a time that is. Start the clock.
Anyways, I remember what I said. So I said during the Xbox conference, I was like, here's what I want from E3. I want a Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie HD remake that's released today. I want Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts to be permanently stricken from Banjo canon publicly. I want Phil Spencer himself to say that.
You want Phil Spencer to say that?
Yes. Why is Phil Spencer not the?
He's the creator of Rare.
No, he's not. He's the president of Microsoft. But I also want announcing Banjo 3E, and I want a new Smash Bros. Character to be revealed and it to be Banjo.
So,
and I only got one of those.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very excited. And I've watched that video of Banjo's announcement a million times.
So what you're saying is Nuts and Bolts is officially not canon anymore. That's the one thing that
I, Logan McRoberts, and all my powers that come with that name, am announcing that Nuts and Bolts is not canon to Banjo anymore. You heard it here first, folks.
What? I've never considered it canon. It's just a racing game, isn't it?
No, it's complicated.
Oh, okay. See, I never played it, but all I've ever seen was the vehicle stuff.
It's only vehicle stuff. They should have taken that game and made it something else. They shouldn't have put Banjo on it.
Because it made me think of Diddy Kong Racing.
There is a lot of racing in it, but it's not really. It's like you go to different worlds and you collect jiggies and you
get jiggy with it.
Build cars and you got to drive your car around the worlds and it.
Oh, see, the building and the driving is all I've ever seen, and I was okay, it's a Carpe kind of thing. It's like you just build a car and
yeah, it's a Banjo Carpe. That's a great description, but it's not good. It's not Banjo.
Carpe Schluter.
And like they took all of Banjo's like moves away because you spent the first two games just like collecting moves and
right.
Just, like even if the third game they do something to where they take all the moves away, but then you get them back, they Metroid you. Like I would be okay with that. I just want more Banjo, you know. Mm-hmm. But they put Banjo in Smash, and that gives me high hopes for more Banjo.
While we're putting up our voices for for change, I'd like to put up my campaign to officially change the pronunciation of Metroid to the French pronunciation of Metroid.
I'd be okay with that.
No.
Yeah. Metroid Prime. Are you excited for Metroid Prime? Metroid Prime. Oh, fuck, what's 4?
Hunters? No. Is it?
Un, deux, trois.
That's as high as I could go.
Neuf? No.
You say
If
no.
only
Neuf
there
is
was a
5.
way.
Neuf set, I don't know.
Metroid Prime. Neuf.
If only there was a way we could find that.
Right.
Google.
If we only had computers.
But there was one other thing that came out of Nintendo that I want to talk about, and I'm the only one here who probably cares about Pokemon. Probably. I don't know. Brandon, do you care about Pokemon?
And on and off.
Okay. So in your when you think about Pokemon, what is the catchphrase for Pokemon?
Gotta catch them all.
Believe it.
Uh-huh. Nope, that's that other. That's the other one. That's the other boy.
That's One Piece.
It's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Guess what they're doing with Sword and Shield?
What?
Catching some.
They're catching some. Exactly. I think Brandon's already seen some of this.
I actually haven't. That was a total guess.
Gotta catch a fair portion of them.
In every Pokemon game from Generation 3, which was Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Leaf Green, and Fire Red, there've been some way to transfer Pokemon up generations to the next Pokemon game.
Oh.
Like I have Pokemon that I caught in like 2004.
Wow.
That I've been hanging on to and just moving up. Like I just move I play the game and then I move my Pokemon up and then I just keep playing with my old Pokemon that I've had forever.
Yeah.
And they said that in Sword and Shield that they're not going to let you bring any old Pokemon forward that aren't already in the Pokedex for Galar, which is the region that Sword and Shield takes place in.
Mm-hmm.
And from the standpoint of the people who have to work on the game, I get it, because this is moving from what was the 3DS, like 240?
Yeah.
244 or something like that?
Yeah, let me look.
But they're going from something that's like super small to a platform that can do a 1080 image, they have to rework all the stuff. And they have to like basically remodel all 800 plus Pokemon. So from a technological standpoint, I get it. I understand why they don't want to do that. But it's Pokemon gotta catch them all.
Yep.
And I've had some of these Pokemon since 2004.
So
you know?
the Nintendo DS is 256 by 192.
Yeah,
which
and they're going from that to 1920 by 1080.
is a pixel density that I can't believe ever got to the approval stages. That's comically low.
That was the
But that's also-
technology.
It's a 3D. Is that the DS or the 3DS?
That is DS.
What's the 3DS?
Oh, okay. Let me see. That was
There are
only
like
slightly.
4
So the funny
generations
thing,
between those two.
the DS is 256 192. The Game Boy Advance was 240 160. So it was only slightly better than the Game Boy Advance.
God, I remember the Game Boy Advance. Jesus.
Oh, okay. Significantly better. 3DS is 800 by 240.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's single screen or across both,
That's
or
probably one
top screen only.
Probably
Okay.
top screen only.
Yep, 400 by 240 on the top, 320 by 240 on the bottom.
But they're going from that to something that can do 1920 by 1080. So
Right.
from a technological and people who have to like actually work on this, I understand, but I'm grumpy about it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
Like,
to do it
I-
at some point, right? They have
I
to
don't
make that
think
call.
so.
I mean, they're the
I
ones
don't
that
think so.
chose to keep coming out with new Pokemon.
See, the thing is, when they went from, what was the last generation? Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
When they went from the generation before that, which was Black and
Black
White.
and white, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, when they went from Black and White to Ultra Sun Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and the Gen 3 remakes, they got rid of something that they'd always had, which is the national dex. Each region has a Pokedex specific to that region. And then once you like reach a certain checkpoint in the game, they give you the national dex, which is just like the Pokedex listing for every Pokemon in order of like creation or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like in the national dex, Bulbasaur is always number 1, and whoever the most recent legendary is the last one in the national dex.
Gotcha.
So like in Sun and Moon, they took away the national dex. And in this game, they're taking away foreign Pokemon altogether.
Huh.
Fucked up.
And another thing that confuses me is there's a app you can get for the 3DS where you can culminate all your Pokemon into one place. It's called the Pokemon Bank, where
Okay.
basically you transfer them out of Sun and Moon or X and Y, or it was X and Y. X and Y was the generation before Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay.
You can transfer them out of X and Y, or you can transfer them out of Sun and Moon, or the new Ruby or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire games, and just keep them in a bank where they're just all, you can sort them, you can nickname them, you can do all kinds of stuff in that app. I basically use it as like a living Pokedex where I just keep all of my Pokemon
That's
in
exactly
one
what it
box.
sounds like.
I use in one box. I keep all of my. I have a living Pokedex of all Pokemon in order, and if they have like a different form or if there's a difference between male and female species, I will like put those in there. So like when I drop them into my game, it'll fill up my Pokedex all the way. And they're doing something for the Switch where it's called Pokemon Home, where you can transfer Pokemon that are in Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home. But if you do that, you can't transfer them back to Pokemon Bank, which means you can't put them back in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and all that stuff.
Every
My brain.
time you say the word Pokemon, it gets more and more just like a gibberish word. It has less and less meaning.
All right,
And
well, I'm gonna just drop the word Pokemon then.
And it reminds me of the Jim Gaffigan Hot Pocket bit, where it's just like, oh, have you like, because they just staple the name Pokemon to everything. Like Hot Pocket has a flavor for everything, so it's Hot Pocket broccoli and cheese, Hot Pocket chicken cordon bleu. Have you had the hot pocket? Hot pocket? It's a hot pocket filled with a hot pocket.
Hot pocket, hot pocket.
It's like the Pokemon.
You know what else they do that with, Clayton? The Snap.
The
Snap was bothering me so much during the freaking conference. It was like every single thing we had to make it like corny little.
I mean, that
Snap.
is,
like,
but that's brand strength. You got to hit that.
But don't go overboard with it.
No.
Way too much.
Well,
with,
they even do that
Pokemon.
They even do that in Pokemon, like inside the game.
Oh, really?
You got the Pokedex in the thing. There's like a in one of the games they give you a TV and it's called the Poketuner.
Oh, I thought you were saying there were snaps in the game.
No. I don't know what snaps are.
The little
Switch,
snap noise
the Switch
for the
sound
Switch.
effect.
The Switch clicks. I love that noise.
Yeah.
And every time during the conference, they kept doing this little thing, and they would hold their fingers up and they would snap to make the noise. And it was like,
I love that noise.
Oh my god! It was just
I
so
really
much.
like
It was
that
so
noise.
corny. It was like, super time. We're gonna put our hand up, and then now we're gonna snap. And I'm like,
It's the
this doesn't
catchphrase
look
of the
natural.
Switch.
But anyways, listen to this. So you can transfer Pokemon
Oh my god!
from bank to home, but you can't send them back to bank, which means you can't send them back to Sun and Moon,
Which means
and
it's
all
a
those
dead
other
end
games.
transfer.
And then if they don't exist in the Galar region, you can't take them from home and put them in the new games.
So they're stuck in limbo.
They're stuck
Pretty
in
much.
Pokemon jail.
In
Essentially.
Poke limbo.
Yeah, pretty much Pokemon limbo.
Can you get them to the
Coming
Pokemon Go app?
spring
That's what's important.
2020.
No, you can actually take Pokemon from Go and move them into home.
But you can't take them home.
You can't put them. Everything can go into home. The only thing that home can transfer out to is the new Pokemon Sword and Shield games. But if they don't exist in Sword and Shield, they're just stuck in home and you can't do anything about it.
I can't wait for the the Pokemon subreddits to explode with some 12-year-old that has just lost like a Pokemon that he's had literally all his life.
When he was a baby.
And now it's trapped on a 3DS somewhere.
It'd be on a Switch.
Oh,
It'd be on a server in Nintendo's headquarters.
Is this what we're going to do as a heist in GTA to break into the Nintendo servers to be able to get Logan's Pokemon back for him?
The next update.
I mean, I don't know if I want. I
Pokemon
don't know if
update.
I want. If they don't exist in the Galar region, I don't even know if I want to put them in home. Because I can't use them for anything.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, I might as well just keep them in the bank and not put them in home.
Have you ever seen those games that are like almost hacking platforms because they open a function of like it was some like ninja game. It's something like that, but the game did a very specific thing to the 3DS or the DS so that you could get to like a debug menu or you could like access the internet on your 3DS because it opened a port or something like that.
Mhm.
But it made it through CERT and people were buying this game not to play the game, but because it opened this utility that they could then debug their 3DS or something like that. I can't remember what
I
it
know
was.
that they were doing that with Twilight Princess for the Wii. Because it opened up, if you tried to like, I don't know how it works because I never actually did
It's
it.
such a convoluted process.
But there was a way to do that on the Wii so you can do like homebrew games.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually surprised you were more excited about the Legend of Zelda stuff that they were announced.
I'm really excited about the sequel, but they didn't give me any information. They just showed like a
Nothing.
trailer.
Yeah.
They showed the
I mean, but
trailer, and
that's-
the trailer looks really cool.
They showed
And
you what they wanted you to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I definitely have speculation about it, but I could talk to you guys about it, but you wouldn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Not a fucking clue.
correct.
I'm just now dipping my toes and trying to figure out how to get to all the Zelda background and storyline.
Yeah, when Shelby and I were playing Twilight Princess the other day, she was like, "So like, where do I start for the story?" And I'm like, "Ooh."
How do I understand this world? Nope.
Technically, you start outside of a game, which is there's a book.
You know I'm into books.
Hang on, just one second. I will be right back. I'm gonna go get the book.
Oh my
Oh.
God, he has the book. Of course
Of course he
has the
does.
book. Also, do you remember days whenever games started and worlds of games started with books? Because that's not a thing now.
I mean, it kind of is because like old franchises are new. There's Lord of the Rings stuff that technically started with what? The Hobbit? Is that what started the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
I don't know the
Really?
sequence of that franchise.
I mean, The Hobbit comes before Lord of the Rings.
Okay, but it is the same universe.
But I don't know.
Universe,
Yes,
right?
but I don't know if it was made like the book. Was written
I
before
see.
it.
Gotcha.
I don't know
But
which
the
book came
books-
first.
The books were written, and then from the books, things were created. That's what I'm saying. Is that we don't do it so that now this world is going to start with a book. Read this book, and then now we're going to have a video game about it.
Yeah, I
like
see what
that
you
was
mean,
why
yeah.
they started this book that Logan has for Legend of Zelda.
Right.
They are. What are you asking about the book?
We're just talking about in general.
Oh, okay. So for years and years and years and years, they always said Legend of Zelda games aren't connected. There's no connection. They're just games. It's a different Link. It's a different Hyrule.
Right, different
it's
hero.
Different. They're not connected in any way.
100 years later.
Every Zelda game is different from every Zelda game. Well, then Skyward Sword came out, and in Skyward Sword, they basically created the beginning of the Legend of Zelda series.
Oh.
And then after Skyward Sword came out, they published this book right here, The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia, which is basically an encyclopedia of everything for everything in the Zelda universe. And then they have on this page right here, which none of you three can see,
Beautiful.
a timeline of all of the events that
Gotcha.
happen inside the Zelda universe.
Right.
And there's even a part where like it splits into 3 branching timelines, and it's very, very complicated to explain.
Jesus.
In the Wind Waker, don't they say that you are the hero, like the reborn thing? What's reincarnation of the hero from 100 years past?
They say that, but like I think that was before they were getting on board with everything being connected, and they were just kind of like referencing other stuff without actually being connected to it.
Gotcha.
Because at the beginning of Wind Waker, they talk about the hero of time, which is the Ocarina of Time story.
Right.
And they talk about how like the hero came and defeated Ganon, but then Ganon came back and the hero never showed back up to fight him again. And in Wind Waker, you play as the hero of the wind, who is a different hero altogether.
Gotcha.
But like essentially every Link is a reincarnation of the hero.
When you said they established the beginning in what did you say? Skyward Sword?
Skyward Sword?
Does that make that a prequel?
Kinda, I guess. I mean, all they established was that there's an evil that even before this already existed, but this is the beginning of it. And then like you defeat him, and he's like, "This isn't over. I'm putting a curse that the great darkness will always return, always."
Oh, okay.
And that guy's name was Demise, but every time after that, it's always been Ganon.
So, Skyward Sword is the Snake Eater of the Legend of Zelda franchise.
Except it sounds like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing and have a long-term plan layout for this series. Whereas
They didn't.
Hideo
They
Kojima
didn't until
had everything
exactly.
fucking planned from day one about how everything was going to come together and it was going to be this huge fucking controversy.
And then Konami fired him.
What? Not controversy. Conspiracy theory at the end.
It's like 1984, and he's like, "All right, guys, listen. She breathes through her skin through photosynthesis, so she has to wear a black leather thong."
Yes.
Like Hideo,
But
we
yeah,
gotta
they
get
didn't
this
start.
thing out.
They didn't start planning connecting stuff until Skyward Sword came out, and I think Skyward Sword came out in like, oh god, I think like 2011 or 2012. I don't exactly remember.
That's the only one I've like never ever. I don't think I've ever seen gameplay of Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword is.
I think I walked past it in a Best Buy one time. It just never. Nobody talked
Skyward
about it
Sword.
enough.
The thing about it is the story's really good, but the gameplay is very bad.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about that tonight with Quentin.
Like I like the story of Skyward Sword. It's just not very. The gameplay is so bad that it makes me not want to play it. I've actually never beaten it.
Is it bad because of like motion controls or what?
It's bad because of motion controls.
So if they redid it on Switch with like
I
standard...
would be so happy.
Huh.
Like what they did, okay, when they made Twilight Princess, they released it on the GameCube and the Wii.
Uh-huh.
And the Wii version had motion controls, and it kind of made it not as good. The GameCube version was way better. And the story in Twilight Princess is it's my favorite Zelda game.
I liked it.
So when they re-released it on the Wii U, they had like minimal motion controls. Like the Wii U's gamepad could control
like
arrow targeting and stuff. Yeah.
Forgot
but
about
like
that.
to swing the sword, you press B. So like that's how it should be, honestly.
Press
and
the
if
button,
they
swing the sword.
but I don't know if they can remap or remake Skyward Sword to be like that, because there's a lot of stuff in that game that depends on motion control.
Oh, okay.
So like they would have to rework a lot. In fact, if they were going to, I would argue that they'd have to start from the ground up.
Right. I think they're just too far past it, and then that name is probably poisoned by now.
If they did, that would be awesome, because the story in Skyward Sword is amazing.
All right, what else did we see?
Well, Logan was nerding out. Brandon's turn to nerd out.
Oh.
Microsoft.
Commence nerding.
Or not Microsoft. Minecraft Dungeons.
I actually haven't looked at it.
What?
I wasn't around during E3. I was gone. So I didn't have time to watch any of it. So
where were you? Were you in New York, or were you just...
No, we were moving everything.
Oh. Well,
so I didn't get time to watch all of them. I watched a couple of the conferences after the fact, but I haven't seen all of them.
It's going to be your jam.
I mean,
the Devolver Digital one was really good.
Yeah, Devolver Digital is always good.
I saw that
it's
one.
kind of a isometric angle adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of almost looks, I don't know, not Diablo-ish, but like the same camera angle as Diablo.
Minecraft Diablo edition.
Yeah.
It feels like it shouldn't work just from describing it, but when you see it, you're like, oh, okay, I can see this working out really well.
It made me very nostalgic for when we played through Gauntlet together.
That is
exactly what I was thinking of when I watched. I was like, oh, we should all do this.
I said Diablo. I feel like I should have said Gauntlet. That would have been a better comparison.
Yeah.
I like Gauntlet.
Yeah, it's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year, but who knows when in 2020. But yeah, that I think you'll enjoy. It makes me want to get back into Minecraft, which apparently is resurging. That's what I've heard.
Minecraft has never died.
We've had a resurgence in popularity. Not just the hardcore fan like you, Brandon, but like everyone in general, apparently. I'm excited.
I would be down for getting like a Carpe Boredom.
Realm.
I'd be cool for doing like a Carpe Boredom like public server, where we like it's public in that you can be granted permission to play it,
right?
But like,
so whitelisted.
Yeah, it'd be on all the time, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and so the good news about that is that anytime you look up a walkthrough of how to build a dedicated server, they show you how to host 2 games, Minecraft and Gary's Mod.
Because the basics and everything roots
one
from
of them.
That doesn't bode well considering you and Gary's Mod, you finally gave up because you were so frustrated with it.
It was a time crunch. I was
Prime
prepping
punch.
for the live stream.
What I'm hearing here is you've heard it here, folks. This is being announced and discussed live, quotation marks, on the
it's being discussed
podcast
live.
that apparently we're going to have a Minecraft public server.
I mean, I didn't say that. I was
can't
just
believe
trying to
Logan
say
said that.
I would think it would be a cool thing for us to do.
I got no problem
Not
with
really
that.
announcing
Make it.
anything, but
Make it.
if we did, I'd play it.
Okay. I mean, it is among the easier ones to build because you're just like, generate world, generate assets,
and
now
go.
keep doing that.
And then it'd be super easy for us to have like a community game night in it because people would already have stuff to show.
Yes. Speaking of community game nights
All right.
and 4-player games, Astroneer had an update.
Oh, yeah.
It had
Brandon
quite a
was
great
looking at
update.
Yeah, I didn't really get to look
messing
at
around.
it.
So if you log in, well, I don't know when this podcast is coming out, but if you log in before the end
In a week.
of, okay, so by the end of this month, No, by the end of next month, I think it is the 31st of July.
Oh wow.
You get 2 free color palettes for the summer update, but only if you log in. Yeah.
2
pallets.
tickets.
If you miss it, is there a way to get it afterwards?
It's gone. If you don't claim it, it's gone. You don't get it.
That's like the PAX thing that they were doing. Did you see that?
Oh, I'm so mad we didn't go to that PAX.
I think they had like spacesuits that were PAX colored.
Yeah, and it had they had a special helmet thing for it, which
that's what it was.
There's a version of that for the summer one as well.
Oh, cool.
How do you claim it? Do you just log in?
You just log in.
Yeah.
I've been messing around trying to 100% the game before Jetpack's release. So
Astroneer is now GTA.
Logan, do not log on to Astroneer right now.
Log in bonuses.
I'm not logging into Astroneer right now.
They also
clicking in the
added
background.
Click.
they added floodlights, vertical storage,
Ooh.
like vertical platforms, a giant beach ball, a thing that's supposed to be a recreational tent, but everyone's just using it as a soccer goal.
Very
and
cool.
basically, people are recreating Rocket League in Astroneer now.
Heck yeah,
God damn
dude.
it.
Because, I mean, they gave us a ball that actually rolls, and they gave us vehicles and goals. So, I mean, what do you expect?
Shelby loves Astroneer. Rocket League.
Hate Rocket League.
What
So
was
I think there was
that?
some other stuff, but I don't remember.
What was the game that was like rollerblading? It was like God,
Windjammers.
It was what's the roller skating thing? Roller derby.
The one where
you
you roll rollerblade in a circle and then you have to throw the ball through the hoop, right?
Yeah, what the heck was that called?
I don't remember.
Roller Champions.
Yeah.
Champions. That was in the Ubisoft thing.
Yeah, I saw people playing the like beta, pre-beta,
Right.
alpha stuff.
the pre-beta.
I mean, it definitely doesn't even look
Isn't
like
that
it should
just
be a
an
beta
alpha?
yet.
We are running out of words.
I thought the word for pre-beta was alpha.
The post-alpha, pre-beta.
Right, exactly.
We're just going to go back to
Playthroughs.
the end of the alphabet and just start with Zeta.
Pre-Zeta.
Yeah, I've seen people playing that. That game looks interesting, but
Guys,
also
did you
looks
play
like
that Windjammers
a.
4 Omega version?
They also did a bunch of quality of life stuff in Astroneer. Fixed a bunch of stuff up with the terrain tool, the customized thing. It actually tells you what you need to do to obtain the different suits and stuff now, and it lets you preview them, which is really cool.
Does it do a formula shopping list like Satisfactory?
What do you mean?
You ever do that? You use the whenever you look up
an
object, you can.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't track. It doesn't like quest track. No.
I use that religiously in Satisfactory.
It's very useful in Satisfactory.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Right now, I'm going around trying to get the freaking gold suit.
Huh. So
Which is
will
impossible.
our thing be out by then? By the time this goes up?
What you're referring to is the Astroneer poster that we will have.
Uh-huh.
That is all 4 of the Carpe Boredom members in Astroneer style painting and perspective of what we normally do.
Mhm.
It will be available for pre-order at the website carpeboredom.com/store.
Heck yeah.
You can go ahead and pre-order that, and then as soon as they arrive at my front door, I will be sending those out to everybody who pre-ordered them. They will also, fingers crossed that they get here in time, be at RTX, because me and Clayton will be at RTX representing Carpe Boredom. We're also going to have our t-shirts there. We'll have our coasters there. We'll have, hopefully, the Astroneer posters. And the Astroneer poster was actually done by Ashley. She painted that on a canvas, and then Brandon digitized it.
Ashlanier.
Astroneer. Nice. So go check that out, carpeboredom.com/store. Check it out and go ahead and pre-order that, and then we'll be able to either mail it to you, or if you're RTX, if you want, we can just give it to you then so you can get it quicker.
Okay, so let's round off the Nintendo. Cadence of Hyrule, that looked amazing.
It's already out. I don't own it, but I want it.
I've seen a couple people playing it. It's Crypt of the Necrodancer with Hyrule kind of overlay, and it looks
Which
amazing.
is another thing I never played.
And the music is so good.
Oh my god, the music is awesome.
The music is great in Necrodancer. The music has always been great in Zelda games, and just hearing the remixes to like the Hyrule themes and all, god, it's so good. I don't know if it's still Danny B that's doing it, but whoever's doing it, fantastic job.
We are always
Koji
into
Kondo.
those kind of games with music-based movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I don't actually like rhythm games. Like, I don't particularly enjoy Guitar Hero or Dance Dance or Just Dance or anything like that. Like, rhythm games never really, like, Thumper is a cool idea to me, but that's probably about as cool as close as I would get because it didn't present itself like a rhythm game, but it actually is.
What's that VR rhythm game that just came out recently?
Beat Saber.
Yeah.
I want to play that so bad.
They just did a huge update for it as well.
Yeah. That one's, again, a neat presentation, and that's like that would, when it looks a lot like a rhythm game, I think that's when I get off board. But
I mean, when you mod the shit out of it, it's no longer a rhythm game. I'll tell you that much.
right.
And Crypt of the Necrodancer never did that to you?
No, because there's a beat tracker at the bottom of the screen, but everything else is just move and attack. So it kind of dressed it up in a way that there were things going on instead of me just pressing buttons when I was supposed to press them. There was like freedom of movement. I could explore. There was attacks and defends and like dodges and stuff like that.
As long as there are no enemies on the screen, I don't know if they did Crypt of the Necrodancer, but in Cadence of Hyrule, if there's no enemies on the screen, you can go wherever you want in whatever speed you want.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah,
you don't have to follow the beat for movement if there's no enemies on the screen.
In Necrodancer, I know you had to, if you didn't have to, but if you wanted to keep your multiplier going, you did. Like, there was a combo counter, and you had to keep walking on the beat and, like, opening doors and hitting walls and stuff like that if you wanted to keep your multiplier going.
That's just so much brain. Like, I have to think so much. When I want to play games, I just want to kind of go mindless and relax.
It is until you internalize it. Like, until you just get kind of, like, bounce your foot as you're playing it, and you're just like, button, 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 button. And like,
it just takes me back to, like, traumatic when I was in band, how bad I was at playing instruments, and the anxiety I would have whenever we'd have tests on Fridays for our scales.
Okay, maybe this game isn't quite for you.
Instruments coming at me.
But we have some other titles that I think you're going to enjoy.
It made me scared. It had a lot of anxiety.
Super Mario Maker 2. That one looks fantastic.
I'm excited for that.
Luigi's Mansion 3, which I can't wait.
There's co-op in that.
There's co-op.
Gooigi.
I can't wait to see Waguigi.
Waguigi. Any day now. Confirmed for Smash.
Couple Dragon Quest, 11S, Echoes of an Elusive Age. And
they also announced a Dragon Quest character for Smash.
Ooh.
All of the main characters.
A dragon.
The Dragon Quest DLC.
Yeah. It's like the main character from the newest one, the main characters from some of the older ones.
I didn't know that.
It was like the very beginning of the conference.
Oh, okay. There's also.
Yeah, I never really got into Dragon Quest though, so.
Yeah, I worked with a guy that was nuts about it. That just like every time a Dragon Quest game came out, he had it on his DS and he would play it every day on his lunch. There's also a Dragon Quest Builders, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, RE5, Resident Evil 5 and 6 coming to Switch.
Help me out.
Let's see.
There was
Animal
something I saw.
Crossing. What's that?
There was Animal Crossing Deserted Island that's coming out March 2020.
I'm
March
excited
20th,
about that.
2020.
Is that what
I
was
need
it called?
to get into Animal Crossing.
Is it called New Horizons?
No, it's called
yes, it's called Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I thought it was called Deserted Island.
I think they said something about a deserted island in the trailer, but the title is called New Horizons.
Yeah, it's on a deserted island, but
everybody's really happy about it for some reason.
Well,
but they're accepting that it was delayed also.
In the other Animal Crossings, you show up to a town that's like already developed. In this game, you're showing up to a deserted island that has not been developed at all, and you're developing it into a town.
Right.
You know, if you're into games where you have to develop a town, there's this game, is it called Eco? Brandon?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we talked about this in podcast 1.
I talk about this game all the time because I want someone to go in. Like, it is a game you have to play with other people.
Yes.
It basically,
from the guys who made Shadow of the Colossus.
No.
You say Eco, Logan and I are thinking of Fumito Ueda. I was like, oh yeah, that game that came out like 30 years ago, and then the sequel that came out 15 years ago.
90% sure. We had this
technically
conversation.
Shadow of the Colossus is a prequel.
On the first podcast.
Is it really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
I'm dying for someone to get
Trico.
into Eco. That's what I want. I want someone out there. Put in the comments. Want to play Eco? I will buy it because I want someone to play it with me.
Eco, Nico, and Trico.
Trico the Pokemon?
Yeah. That was
not
actually
talking about
like
Pokemon again.
that was actually kind of the names behind those, because the first one was Eco, and Japanese for 2 is Ni, so Eco 2 was Nico, and the third one was going to be Trico, but they called it Shadow of the Colossus, and then
Wait.
Last Guardian.
Ooh,
There's actually a sequel to Eco called Nico?
So the second game, which is Shadow of the Colossus, was going to be called Nico.
Oh,
But
okay.
they
I didn't
changed,
know that.
like when it released, it was called Shadow of the Colossus, and then the third one was going to be called Trico, and that was changed to The Last Guardian, but the animal's name in that is called Trico.
Oh, okay. I want to play that game.
I love the attitude of those games. They are quiet, they are pensive, they are somber, they are just exist in this world. We are not going to force you to do anything. Just be here.
In Shadow of the Colossus, the music that plays when you defeat a Colossus is so somber and sad.
Oh God, yeah.
And then you get to the point where you realize what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
I'm the a-hole.
Oh, no. And then the same song plays at the very end of the game. I don't want to spoil it for Shelby because I feel like she would really like that game.
I have not played that game, so don't.
But the ending of the game, they play the same song that plays when you defeat a Colossus, and I'm just like,
It recontextualizes
sitting there.
it.
When I beat that game, I was sitting there with my hand over my mouth, like, oh my God.
That's how I feel whenever we finish any Metal Gear game.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm crying.
oh, that's right. I'm the bad guy.
Not that. It's just it always tears at my heartstrings.
It's just like, I'm just as terrible as everyone I've not killed.
Oh, you should play Shadow of the Colossus.
What else? Fire Emblem Three Houses. That was like a.
And I've never got into Fire
Emblem.
Emblem.
Like a soap opera on your game console.
But if you want to get into new games that they're coming out with, like new worlds and new series, Astral Chain. That looked good.
Astral Chain looks so good.
I think I'm going to get that. That looks pretty sweet.
That is a platinum game through and through.
There's
is that the one where the girl got up and was like, it's spooky?
I don't know.
I don't remember her ever saying that line.
Was that it?
In the game or in the audience?
She was the person speaking before they showed the game.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I didn't see that.
No. I was just watching the...
I might be thinking of a different game.
Okay.
Astral Chain seems to be about like where a different world is coming into the world where these people live, and they're taking people, and so then they're fighting back, and they seem to have this other part of them.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call?
Does it show
Legions?
the scene with in the subway where it goes behind a pillar, and then when it comes back out, there's people and clothes there's people standing around confused, and clothes on the ground, then it passes behind another pillar, and the rest of the people are gone?
No, but I've seen something like that, and I can't remember what the heck that is.
I thought that was Astral Chain.
Astral Chain is where you fight these beasts called Chimera, and it was funny because we were watching it on YouTube, and the auto captioning changed it to Chimeros. It's like, you along with your Chimeros. So yeah, you have this Astral Chain, which is like a gauntlet you wear on your arm with a chain coming out of it that is leashed to. I'm assuming in these boss fights, you beat this boss. He is now chained to your gauntlet. You can use him like a weapon. You basically cast him at things, and he ties them up while you do damage to them.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now.
Super platinum, just crazy visuals, like big set piece moments, Bayonetta type stuff. Lots of cool shoulder pads.
The woman who said that it's spooky, her name was Ikumi Nakamura.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm going to Google what game she's working on.
Uh-huh.
Nope, they're just talking about how cute she was at E3.
Okay.
Which they're right.
I remember seeing
Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
That
Yeah,
game looks real cool.
That was during Bethesda, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Bethesda?
It
think
was.
so.
I
what was
actually did see that one.
I just scrolled past it. Another thing we saw on the Nintendo thing was Contra. A new Contra. And I don't know if anyone but me and Logan are the slightest bit excited about a Contra.
I am not super excited about that Contra, mostly because it just doesn't feel the same as the old Contra did.
Yeah. Did you play the Contra on PS3 that was like over the shoulder or something like that?
The last Contra I played was on Super Nintendo.
There was a Contra on like PS3, but it was like almost like a twin stick shooter like this one. But I can't remember. It had like Tekken looking models to where everything was like shiny plastic. Their skin looked like shiny plastic. And it's just like that's all it reminds me of. But yeah, there's a new Contra, a new collection coming out with all of the Contras previous released, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the last Contra I played was on the Super Nintendo, so I definitely didn't play that.
Elder Scrolls Blades.
That the mobile
Pretty
one?
neat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna be on Switch.
It's free on Switch. If I remember
Let's
correctly.
see. Switch, iOS, and Android. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free-to-play game.
But it's just shocking.
Yeah. Let's
What?
see.
Everybody has a phone, right?
Right.
Speaking of, that new Harry Potter game came out, and I haven't not had a chance to
Right.
check it out. But
I heard that it was bad.
that's what I've been hearing on the streets. I'm gonna check it out myself, hopefully today.
Word on the Epic Gamer streets.
It was epic.
Attention, all epic gamers.
We are about to wrap up, guys. So if there's anything else you want to talk about,
Gamers rise up.
With this whole time, we've talked about Nintendo and nothing
Yeah.
else.
Correct.
yep.
Okay.
There's nothing else that really matters.
Let's see. You got Halo Infinite.
Yes, that comes out. It's going to launch with the new console that's coming out, holiday 2020, Project
Mhm.
Scarlet.
Battletoads.
Yes.
Don't care.
That's
That's great because there's those. That's only 3-player, which weird.
12 minutes. Which
We talked
That-
about that on stream. I'm getting that. I am playing that fucking.
that
game.
is a U game up and down again.
That
Oh,
will
what?
be
The
on
one where
stream.
the Groundhog's Day looking one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Dude,
looks
I want to
sick.
play that with you.
I
I
don't.
want to
I,
play that with you.
I honestly don't know who that's better with, Shelby and Brandon or Shelby and Logan, because
It's gonna
that's
probably
like
be a
Dude, let's do all three of us.
all three of yous are just like super down for stuff like that. Speaking of super down for it, Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Champions for me.
It actually looked really
Yeah.
cool. The Legos.
That fucking car.
I on Twitter, I saw the Forza thing and I was like, all right, bathroom break as like kind of like a joke. But then I started watching it and I was like, oh, this actually looks good.
Gears Pop for Logan. Be excited.
Keep going before I listen to this shit.
That's the fuse being lit.
Borderlands 3. Sure. I
Nothing new.
don't have too much of it. I don't have too much of a history with the Borderlands franchise, but I sure do like magic tricks. Cyberpunk 2077.
Holy
Keanu Reeves,
shit.
the video game.
Keanu Reeves bringing down the house.
Holy shit, that man.
That's
Wait, what was it?
That's what
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk
Yeah.
2077. That's what not having something spoiled can do for an announcement.
Everybody, there was a leak saying that somebody thought that they saw Shigeru Miyamoto in the back hall and that he was going to be on stage at the Microsoft conference.
Huh.
And it was actually Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Witcher 3.
It was some French news outlet, so
Witcher 3 on the Switch. Switcher 3. Doom Eternal. I didn't see enough of that to like get super excited, but just
the grappling hook looks real cool.
yeah, That's mostly my fault. I haven't pursued it enough to see any more footage. Wolfenstein stuff.
Pursuing that new Elite controller.
Oh yeah, new Elite controller looks good. I'll be getting, by the time you see this, I'll have my hands on an old Elite controller, which is the one that I wanted. I like the new one, but it's got a few features on it that I don't think I'm ever going to use, and I don't want to pay $180 for it.
I'm sure it'll go down in price later on. That's when you buy it.
Commander Keen for iOS and Android.
Yeah, that was really weird to see come back.
I've never seen
Very
that.
strange thing.
Let's see.
I thought Commander Keen died in the 80s, but
apparently not. Somebody found it.
Watch Dogs Legion, Tactical Grandma.
Yes.
Yes.
I want my grandmother to cosplay as her, please. I want to make that happen.
We said earlier Roller Champions. Let's see. Panzer Dragoon, which that trailer came on, and Shelby was like, "What is this?" I was like, "This is Panzer Dragoon. This is a game for the PlayStation 1."
I mean, like, oh, okay. I turned away.
I never played any of the Panzer Dragoon games, but on my Twitter feed, because I was paying very close attention to Twitter during E3, they were people freaking out about Panzer Dragoon.
So apparently, there's a version of that game that if you have a new copy of it, it's like $200. I think it's like Panzer Dragoon Saga, maybe, or something like that. One of the Panzer Dragoon games, if you have an unopened copy of it, it goes for hundreds of dollars.
Indeed.
Why did you not get this game and not open it whenever you were 12?
Did you see how it looked?
How dare you not know that?
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot looks cool. Just Project Z.
His name for a game. Just saying.
It looks really good.
Elden Ring, George R.R. Martin and FromSoft.
Yeah, he's not doing anything else right now, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He's got
that looks like a good game that I would rather watch somebody play than actually play myself.
Yeah. Dauntless, the free-to-play Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
See, when you said Dauntless, I immediately thought of the book series. I can't remember the name of it now.
Divergent?
Yes! Oh, my God. Brandon knew. Yes.
Oh,
I read those books.
I thought you were going to say
Shocked.
Pirates of the Caribbean, because one of the ships is called the Dauntless.
No. Can we go back to the fact that, Brandon, have you also read these books?
No, I don't read. I watch movies.
You heard it here, folks.
Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair?
Yes, I'm excited about that.
I didn't actually see that. Dark Crystal.
It's a side-scroller ukulele game. It's not like the first one was.
Okay. Dark Crystal, which I never watched. I don't know what that
I loved that movie as a kid.
Okay.
Okay, that was the one that they played a clip during Nintendo this conference, right? With the old lady? Is that Dark Crystal? Okay, why the fuck? I want to find this out. I'm going to have to look into it. Did they keep showing Netflix in the bottom corners?
Yeah. Netflix stickers all over it.
What part of Netflix has this arrangement with this game? I don't know.
Maybe Netflix owns the rights to the Dark Crystal movie?
I have no idea.
Hey, Logan.
Hello.
Did you play what's the Hayden Panettiere scary game?
Yes, I played that one.
The butterfly effect thing.
Yes, I played
Until Dawn?
Until Dawn.
Yes. I played it on my stream just before I stopped streaming.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that. So there's a new, I don't know if it's part of that, but it's called the Dark Pictures Anthology Man of Medan, which I think is in the same universe.
That universe is fucking weird.
Yeah, it's in the same, it might have to do with like the Wendigos and stuff like that. I don't know anything about it.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah,
that
I thought you
really
might
cool.
be. New Super
I never
Lucky's
heard
Tale.
about that though.
Super Lucky's Tale coming to Switch. Empire of Sin, which is like a twin stick gangster thing. I couldn't tell anything from that. That was not a very informative trailer.
Didn't look
First
very
off,
good.
It was like a long cinematic, and then it was just dudes standing still firing like Tommy guns.
Yes.
There you go.
And I was just like,
that's your game.
I get it. I mean, I see what I'm going to do, but what's the game going to do?
It's like a bad version of L.A. Noire.
And then
I don't think I saw this.
And then Dying Light 2 is kind of the last one.
I never played the first one, but this one looks really good.
Oh
my
yeah,
God, Psychonauts 2.
Yep. That was in the Microsoft conference.
Psychonauts 1 was so good.
Oh, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I don't even remember seeing because...
They played that at the beginning of the Microsoft press conference, I think.
They did.
Oh no, they did that at the EA press conference.
It was definitely at Microsoft.
Did you guys see the Blair Witch thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
That caught me so far off guard.
I was watching it. I'm like, is this Blair Witch? And then the fucking title screen came up.
Yeah.
That's what I thought because it showed the guy standing in the corner. I'm like, is this fucking Blair Witch?
It's like, oh great, somebody's doing a Blair Witch spinoff. Nope, just Blair Witch.
It is Blair Witch.
Bleeding Edge. Did you guys see Bleeding Edge?
Remind me on what that is.
It is a 4-on-4 online melee. So like, whereas Overwatch is all guns, this is all melee.
I did
remember this.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be any good at it though.
I'm already really bad at Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't really need another online competitive multiplayer game that I'm also bad at.
But if it's more weapons based rather than guns, like if it's like close quarters combat,
then you don't have to aim,
if you will.
Think about it this way, Logan. You're really good at meleeing all the elites and Halo.
Yeah.
Just put that energy into Bleeding Edge.
I mean, I just kind of run out there and punch them until they die, and then you shotgun me in the back while I'm doing it.
There you go.
Because you run in fucking front of me.
And then Gears 5 is about the only thing I see, which I saw Gears 5 last year.
I'm excited about Gears 5, but I never played Gears 4, which I'm really excited to get to with Shelby.
I'm so far out of that franchise. I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, that's right. Gears 5 is coming out September 10th,
there's a war.
2019.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about Gears 5, but I never played Gears 4. So I'm very excited to finish Gears 4 so we can play Gears 5.
I think with how quick, because we're doing Halo series, me and Logan right now on stream. You can go to twitch.com/Carpe Boredom.
Twitch.tv.
But twitch.tv/Carpe Boredom. Thank you, Brandon. And then after we finish the Halo series, we're going to be doing Gears. And I bet you if we time it right, we could probably go through Halo and then probably wound up wrapping up Gears for Gears 5 to come out.
I don't think so because Gears, I feel like, is a little bit longer than Halo.
Oh.
Could be.
Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
I mean, and we're not going to be playing Gears on like the hard difficulty like I'm making us play Halo on.
Hell to the no.
Because Gears is actually pretty hard. I'm not going to lie.
Let's see. Last little bit here. Some additions to existing games. Apex Legends Season 2. Battlefield 5 Chapter 4.
Brandon, we should play Apex Legends. It's been a while.
I know,
new FIFA,
but game's falling behind. They haven't updated.
New FIFA, new Madden.
All the annual things.
Yeah, Fallout 76 Nuclear Winter.
The Sims.
They talk so much about Fallout and the Bethesda. Like, I get that that's like your big game, but seriously, fucking much.
So funny to watch.
A lot of people made fun of Bethesda because they're making a 76 a battle royale, but in a weird way, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
What was that battle royale, Clay? We were talking about.
Not My Car.
That was what it was called?
I don't know. There was a car battle royale called Not My Car.
There was a battle royale that we were talking about recently, and it was like these cute little things. Oh, fucking damn it! I'm not gonna.
Fall Guys.
Okay.
Fall Guys. I think it was called Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
I can't remember it at
all.
Yeah,
it's like an episode of Wipeout, where a bunch of people start at the course. I mean, they're all going. Yeah, they all start at the same time, and it whittles them down.
I want to play that so bad.
It looks so great. Cool. It's a great twist on an idea. Have you guys seen the Super Mario Battle Royale?
Yes.
It is such a cool idea.
In that Super Mario Battle Royale, is that how exactly does it work? Are they fighting each other, or are they all just playing at the same time?
I think it's an Outlast kind of thing. It's like play this game, get to the exit as fast as you can, and then once you're down to like 4 people, the last person the first person to get to the goal is the winner, and then the last are the losers. I assume there has to be like a cutoff point. You don't just like if there's 100 people that start and they're all amazing at the game and they just tear through the entire game in 7 minutes.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah. And they're like, all right, knock it off. You're the winner.
You win. Flip a coin.
Yeah, we're restarting the server. But that's about all I see. There's a Ghost Recon breakpoint, but I don't play enough Ghost Recon Wildlands to know anything about that. Oh, and Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. That's another follow-up. Apparently 14 still good. Oh, the 7 remake. Made some more progress on the 7 remake.
Everybody's mad that that
Tifa.
Square Enix's ethics department told them to reduce the size of Tifa's breasts.
So he's not a double G cup anymore on a 114
I'm like, dude,
pound
look
girl.
at the way she looked in Final Fantasy VII. Look at her. She was all triangles. It's okay.
Right.
She's got a sports bra on. It's fine.
Right. She's also like, she's not a big girl. She's like, she looks like, other than her chest, she weighs about 112 pounds.
Shelby, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way bra sizes work is there's a cup size and also a rib cage size.
Yes, it's your girth.
It's like
how
numbers and
around
letters.
you.
It's basically algebra.
And Tifa doesn't really have a very large rib cage. So like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody relax.
Mathematically, we're just fixing something that we should have fixed a while ago.
Really, chillax.
But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I see here that's jumping out at me.
Great. So we're ending this podcast talking about some girls' tits. Perfect.
I mean,
not some girl, Tifa Lockhart.
Tifa Lockhart.
Tifa's tits. Tifa's tits. TTs. There we go.
TTs.
TTs.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for the 4th episode of the Carpe Boredom podcast.
4th?
4th.
Okay.
4th. Quick recap. Clayton and I are going to be at RTX, so if you are going to be there, definitely hit us up. We'll be walking around on the convention floor, and we'll probably be doing some stuff around town at night. We'll also be there the 4th of July, so Thursday, so if you're hanging around, let us know. If you want to know where we are, what we're doing, you should follow our social medias. We have Twitter and a Instagram and a Snapchat that we'll be posting on, but if you want links to everything, including our Twitch, that you can watch us Tuesday through Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as we stream, go to carpeboredom.com, and while you're there, stop by and check out our merch. We've got t-shirts, coasters, and coming soon, posters of Astroneer.
How much of that merch will we have at RTX? Are we taking any with us?
Yes, we will have shirts, we will have coasters, and if the posters get here in time, I'm going to have a handful of posters too.
Got it.
So hit me up. We'll get it done.
Are we going to ever have a Carpe Boredom branded toaster so we can have coasters, posters, and toasters?
Toasters.
And goodbye, y'all. Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.